dun, 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 dun. Do 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 do. Boom, boom. Did it, did it. Okay, folks, it's your old pal Chuck. And yep, I told you when I got this sorted out, I would come back and do an update video. And basically, that's what I'm doing. It's a little bit, actually, it's going to be a Chuck Transforms, but let's say this is Agent Knight Review Redux. Because I noticed that I was chopping heads off and stuff. Had a little bit of a cold, but, that's no excuse. But yeah, I was able to get the sounds all sorted out, the lights and everything. So, yep, this is all set, ready to go. And of course, I had to, do a little, put the jacket on, get the shades going, like I'm Michael Knight. Did it? Yeah, this is going to be fun. This is going to be a little silly, but we're going to have a good old time. And I hope you guys enjoy it too. So, without further ado, let's get to the table. Okay, everyone. I did catch real quick when I was filming that intro that when I'm using my earbuds, you didn't pick up the sounds. So now I'm using the phone microphone, but that might mean I might sound a little bit low. But I do want you guys to get these sounds. So of course, we have the lights up. Let's put the headlights down. Real quick to explain what was wrong. This is the battery compartment. The battery connectors, they're little round circles. I should say the battery compartments, little round circles. There's little connectors, contacts, I should say, that they sit flush along the side. I did a comparison with this one and my original, and one of them was bent out of the way ever so slightly. And I think that was the problem making contact. It would work, but then something would get jostled or the circuit would be broken. That would also explain why the button would keep getting jammed. Also, let me just throw in an aside. The Amazon Essentials LL44 batteries, I'm not a fan. Went through 2 packs, and let's just say, out of 2 packs of 6, 3 from one and 3 from another I felt were good. And that's what's in here now. So, to start things off, that's the on sound. A little skidding with the lights.
So you're sure this is the right way? Very well.
Now, as I mentioned in the original review, consulting experts, namely my mother, who's old enough to remember, she feels that's not William Daniels' voice, the original voice of Kit. So it's close, it's really close, but no cigar.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
I am the voice of Knight Industry 2000's microprocessor, KITT for easy reference. Kit if you prefer.
I never knew that's what Kit stood for. Boy, what kind of fan am I?
Hold on, this could be a bit bumpy.
Now, as you can tell, these sound effects are random. Like that Kit one where he introduces himself, that should have been after the on sound. Okay, now there's one special hidden feature that I only know about this because at San Diego Comic-Con they demonstrated. If you press and hold the button down for like 10 seconds,
the light will just come on without any sound going back and forth. Personally, I think it should have that woo 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 woo, but that's about it. I don't know how long this lasts, but if you want it to stop, press the button. Let's see if we press and hold what happens. No, if that doesn't turn it off. So to turn it off, you just press it once.
Are you sure this is the right way? Very well.
The sound effect will play and it'll stop the light. Now, about a minute of inactivity, there is an off sound. We'll just wait. Roll it back and forth. This does roll very nicely. Yes, I know this is dead air.
Kit signing off.
There you go. It says Kit signing off. So that's about it. Those are the sounds. Now, what I'm going to do is in the original review, I showed you how to go from what was it, car to robot mode. What I'll do now is I'm going to transform this off camera, and I'll show you how to do robot mode back to the car mode. Okay, sounds good. Let's do it. All right, so we're in robot mode here. I've switched to my headset, and real quick, since I did screw this up, just that size comparison for you between Commander Class Optimus Prime, the greatest Transformer released this year, needs to be in its own category to give other figures like Agent Knight a chance at being Toy of the Year. And as you can see, Agent Knight, while simpler to transform, is about the same size, give or take. I'd say give or take. So there's that. And of course, again, the figure is clearly meant to be a robotic David Hasselhoff, um, the Hoff in robot mode. That's kind of cool. So we did go through the articulation and stuff, and I do have the weapons stored here on the back. So the first things first is you want to go ahead and remove the weapons. The next thing you want to do is angle the doors straight. Now, if you have the windshield positioned like I do, which is an unofficial way, but I think it tucks in a lot better that way. Bring it out, rotate it around. I mean, this is the normal way. And as you can see, it sits over the doors. This way, it'll sit under the doors ever so slightly that when you tuck them in, it'll when you turn them up, it'll actually hold it in place. Just an aside, you know, but just bring that out of the way. So the first thing you're going to do is work on the torso here. Um, what I like to do is just a very gently wiggle jiggle, get the waist up here, and then you need to gently massage the double hinges here up and out of place, and that'll allow the whole torso front of the car to accordion up. Once you have that done, bring the head down on that hinge halfway, rotate it around, and tuck it up. So now you have this kind of flat. Now, this panel, remember to be gentle with it because it does have a tendency to pop. You just want to unsnap it from the inside of the front of the car here. And remember, if you don't snap that into place, the torso won't sit right. It just won't look good. Bring it around, and then using your finger, pop it back up into place just like that. You can start bringing the windshield back, but I wouldn't just yet because now we're going to work on the legs. What I would do now is, and this is kind of weird, they do peg together, but it actually works if you get the feet together first Everything else comes together. And if you're having a hard time separating the legs, separate the feet, they'll come undone. It's weird. I mean, it's great, but I don't understand how it works like that. So rotate the figure at the waist so that the feet are facing towards the top of the car. Rotate the toes in, rotate the feet down, open up these panels here, bend at the knees. You're bringing this whole section around, and it's going to peg in. The feet will peg into that back panel, come to the underneath of the car. Those will tab in to that section there. At this point, you can bring the windshield, the roof of the car, and the windshield back. That'll soft tab into place, but it locks in. Close the door here. Close close the door there. Make sure it's all. Don't over push it. And first time I did that. And now we'll come to the underside here and finish off on the arms. Rotate them like so. Bring them down. It's a sort of a double hinge here. There's a small tab on that gray section that will go into a slot right where my finger was pointing. It's easier to see in person. So get that in and down. And then there's a tab on the forearm that will peg in on the next to the head. Do it like so, uh, just like that, just like that. And Kit is back in its vehicle mode or Agent Night. You can then come in. Uh, each weapon has an assigned spot. This sideways slot is for the larger rifle, pegs in just like that. And then that blaster will peg in just like that. Everything stores, the car rolls quite nicely. You have a great vehicle mode. And just as a reminder, to open the headlights, press back on the panel there. I use my thumb, and they come up like that. So there you go. Um, Really not much more to it. Very simple transformation, but a fun transformation. So we'll pause and we'll come back with my official final thoughts. Now, I first have to give a tip of the hat to CmdStore.com. They went above and beyond in helping me out. First, they were giving me some tips on what to look for because I wasn't the only one to have an issue with the batteries and not getting sound or light out of it. Once it was established that I do have a legitimate issue, they were more than willing to send me a replacement free of charge without having to send back the original because it was damaged. Um, they didn't have to do that. They could have tossed me to Hasbro's warranty and customer service, and I could have ended up with something like, uh, $50 worth of Rescue Bot or, Classic Heroes team play sets. Um, but it's that little extra. As someone who used to work in retail and understands customer service, it's that little extra attention and that desire to keep the customer satisfied that keeps people coming back, and it's going above and beyond that I really appreciate. So if you guys don't, Command Store usually gets stuff a little bit earlier than everybody else, not just Transformers. Um, they pack stuff really good, and like I said, I think they're kind of fans too. So they understand. So if you haven't bought from them or checked them out, it's CmdStore.com. www.cmdstore.com. I'll have a link in the description. Oh, and look, the lights just went out. So hold on, let me get that going again for us. Uh, oh, that shuts it off. Oh, there we go. But other than that, um, Agent Knight is fantastic. I'm going to say that This is the best crossover we've gotten to date. It it really is. Um, Ectotron was like that heavy retool of a Combiner Wars figure. That was okay. Gigawatt's fantastic, but I mean, this just blows it out of the water. This is something, as I said in the original review, guys like me have been dreaming of since we were kids, that we always wondered what would be. And that was even before knowing Peter Cullen was involved doing the voice of Carr. Um, is this now? Remember what I said. Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime is its own category. It's the Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime of the year. That way we can talk about toy of the year without, you know, limiting ourselves. And let so that the question becomes, is this toy of the year? I have to say it's in contention. But you figure there's deluxe gears, there's Voyager class Silverbolt from Beast Wars, there's Cybertron Universe Voyager Starscream, there's that deluxe Optimus Prime that's still coming. So who knows? I think this is going to be a year where you have multiple toys of the year. And I think right close to the top of that list has to be Agent Knight. So with that's about it. Once again, this is your old pal Chuck. Check out CmdStore.com. Check out my Patreon, patreon.com/truckdog1999. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And I'm a man with a name. Well, I'm a man who exists. But Michael Knight was a man who did not exist.